What's up, guys? This is Joe, Vintage and Snap, bringing you guys a YouTube video. I think it's been like about 2 years or so since I've made a video for you guys. So I wanted to bring you guys some more content. Today I'm going to be making you a how to reshape and how to clean your vintage snapbacks. I've been seeing some people post about putting their hats in the washing machine and all kinds of stuff like that. So I just wanted to kind of make an updated cleaning and reshaping video, because last time I made one was close to 3 years ago, I think, and I've improved since then, and I've learned some more techniques on how to do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to it. The hats we're gonna be doing today are this Nike hat, USA basketball hat, this Toyota hat, which already has a pretty good shape, but it's got some stains to it, and this Cowboys blockhead, which also has a really good shape, but it's hard to see with this light, but the sweatband has some pretty good staining on it. So I'll run through the kind of stuff I use when I do this first. So first I have Dawn dish soap, which I occasionally use. OxiClean gel stick. This is my favorite cleaner to use. I have Shout, which I usually use if I run out of the OxiClean. And I have OxiClean stain remover. We have the electric toothbrush, which I use to scrub. And lastly, we have the starch, which gives the hat its shape. And I personally use the towel method to reshape my hats. So we'll be folding these up to get a good hat shape, and then these two are kind of to put in the dome to give the hat its shape as well. So first, what I'm gonna do is I filled up this sink right here with some kind of lukewarm to cold soapy water, and I'm gonna put all the hats in there to kind of just soak them for a couple minutes, I guess. And sorry for the awkward location. I'm chilling in my kitchen, but where I normally reshape my hats does not have good lighting, so I thought this would be a better spot to do it. So we're gonna let these hats soak for a couple seconds. The first hat I'm gonna do is the Nike one, because it doesn't really need to soak that long. It's already pretty clean, but I bought it for myself, so I just like to clean my hats that I plan to wear. So I'm gonna rinse it off. Okay, because this one's not really that dirty, I don't really need to do that much to it, but I'm gonna go ahead and squirt some of this OxiClean inside, and I'm gonna scrub it with my electric toothbrush here. I like to focus on the sweatband area right here, because that's where people sweat, and then I kind of just scrub it into the dome as well, the front panel. But the main area I focus on is going to be the sweatband, because I don't want someone's vintage sweat on my forehead.
Yeah, so like I said, this one doesn't really take much work because it's already pretty clean hat, but and then you gotta rinse it out.
Then I'm going to grab a towel here and dry this thing off just a little bit. Don't go too much into depth, but give it a quick little dry, and then I'm going to set it off to the side for a sec. And now how we're going to get the shape to reshape hats, actually, so you fold it once long ways, and then you fold it another long ways, so you get a kind of a skinny towel, but it's got two folds, so it adds some thickness. And then you want to lay it out, and we're just going to roll it up to kind of get a little tube type shape. I'm going to set this right here for a sec, and the next step's going to be to put in a cardboard insert, and you can just make these out of really any cardboard. Generally, I just if I have a, not usually just any box, but if I just have a box that I'm not going to use, I'll cut it into sections and then you roll it. So you cut the cardboard out of the box. You want about a 6 by 3 inches or so, and then you want to roll it up into a, basically what we just did with the towel, and then unroll it and cut slits into the top 1/2 inch to 1 inch or so, and then kind of fold those in. And so what we're going to do with this is first we're going to spray the front panels of the hat where you see the white here. We're going to spray some starch into there. Whoa. Don't go too overboard, but get it soaked with starch, and you plug that insert right in there. I like to pull the top of the hat to make sure that it covers the whole front panels. And then I like to take a couple plastic bags, maybe leftover from the grocery store or whatever, fold it like this, and I stick that in the front panel as well. And that's usually all you need, but sometimes I'll plug an extra one in on the top of the dome. And when I undo the snaps and put that right onto the towel there. So this one has a pretty good fit onto the towel. I don't really need to do any more, but maybe on one of the other hats, if we have any creases on the front panel here, I'll stuff a couple more bags in there just to take up all the space. So then we want to take the starch again and just spray the front 2 panels. Don't go too overboard, but I usually like to make sure that the whole front 2 panels are white, and then the starch will be absorbed into the hat, and it won't appear once you're done. It's all dried up. And next we'll do the USA basketball hat, which has been soaking in that soapy water. Give it a quick rinse. This isn't the only method to reshaping hats. A lot of people will use pots, and that kind of just saves. I think it probably saves time because it doesn't take as long to dry. But I just unfortunately haven't been able to find any hats or any pots that fit hats at the thrift store. So this one also is pretty clean, but and actually while I'm doing this, this one I'm gonna go ahead and spray some OxyClean on the 2 stained hats. So the Toyota one, rinse off real quick. And then I want to take some of this OxyClean here, and I'm going to spray it on the spots where it's stained. Those are the 2 main spots. And then I'm going to scrub it in with my toothbrush.
There's actually another spot here on the film there. I'm going to squirt real quick.
Looks like it only had a couple spots, but so I'm going to let that OxyClean soak in on the side there for a minute while I finish the USA hat. And I'm going to do the same to the Cowboys because it's got a pretty dirty sweatband there. I'm going to squirt the whole sweatband.
Scrub it in real quick. Still got a spot on the logo as well.
And I'm going to set that off to the side while the OxyClean works its magic. So now we've got the USA hat again. Rinse off all the OxyClean I got on there. And this actually has a little small spot on the brim as well. I don't think you'll be able to pick it up with the camera, but so I'll squirt a little OxyClean on the brim, under brim as well, and I'll give that spot a little scrub. got that nice thickness for the hat again. And then we're gonna spray the inside two front domes with starch. And pick our cardboard insert out. Fit it tight into the front two panels. Make sure it's good. Oops. Make sure it's good in there. Fits it pretty well. Grab our two bags. What the bags do is they just take up any space that kind of is void. They kind of fill any voids while it's in the towel, and that just helps prevent any wrinkles and creases when it dries up.
Okay, we got it snapped in. Looks pretty good to me. So we're going to spray the front two panels again. Make sure it's all covered. Set it off to the side.
So the Cowboys hat will do next. Looks like the OxyClean's done quite a bit of work on the sweatband there.
Rinse that off real quick. And we'll squirt some of our OxyClean gel on it now. Scrub it in there really good. Clean up the sweatband pretty good. Get the logo real quick.
And I'm gonna set this to the side again real quick while we do the Toyota hat, which I actually bought for myself a while back because I drive a Toyota Tacoma. So we'll rinse this off. So the OxyClean did a pretty good job on the brim. You can't really see any of the black streaks that were on it. We'll do another quick rinse down with the OxyClean.
Okay, squirt the. Oops. Alright, well, that OxyClean's out, so crack open a new one. Quick squirt on the sweatband there.
And then this one's pretty good, but I'm gonna go ahead and set it aside and do the rinse down on the Cowboys real quick. Okay, so it's kind of hard to see when it's wet, but the OxyClean's done a good bit of work on this Cowboys sweatband, and it will kind of continue to work its magic while it's drying as well. So we're gonna go ahead and dry this baby up. As you can see, I didn't rinse off all the soap, so. Go. Just give it a nice quick dry. You want to let the air do most of the drying, but just so you're not getting water everywhere, give it a quick pat dry. And we're gonna set it here real quick. And snap the snaps as tight as you can. And the amount of if whether you even need to use plastic bags is really going to depend on the size of the towel. So ideally you want to use a nice size bath towel, but as you can see, this blockhead fits pretty tits on there onto that towel. So we're going to spray the front panels again. And for some hats, I like to give a little bit of a squirt onto the blockhead there because people want that to stick out. And then we're going to set this hat aside. And we'll finish up on the Toyota one, which should be pretty dang clean by now. People are pretty tempted to use bleach whenever they see a white hat, but I try to avoid that. Mostly because I don't really want bleach on my head, but also because it can be a pretty risky chemical to work with. Because if you just get the littlest bit of that bleach onto this blue Toyota, then the whole hat's kind of ruined. Unless you're doing a custom, which I did the other day, I would try to avoid using bleach at all costs. So we got that. Let's roll up our towel real quick. And if you don't have a really big towels, you can also do a looser roll on these towels, and it will kind of give you a bigger diameter. Fit the insert in there. Might get to use a couple of bags to get some of the wrinkles out of this one. Put 2 on there for now. And if you've tightened the snaps and there's still room to fit your fingers in there, that's a good sign. You probably need to add a couple more bags. So let's toss a couple in there real quick. And they're best to put in the front panels where you're trying to get it shape to stick. I like to just stuff them in under the brim. And there you have it. I've stuffed it so there's no wrinkles on it. Should come out good. Spray those 2 panels real quick. Alright. I'll be back tomorrow or tonight to see the shape. Thanks, guys. What's up, guys? It's been about 24 hours or so since I washed the hats, and they were pretty dry last night, but I didn't have time to make the video, so I just got out of class and I'm making the video now. As you can see, I wore the Nike hat today. This one turned out really well. It's got an awesome shape to it. It was already pretty clean, but I just wanted to clean it up since I'm going to be wearing it. It's got these super dope snaps on it, and it's got a really nice fit. And it went well with my guest shirt, so that's why I wore it today. And one of the other hats we washed was the Cowboys blockhead. As you can see, we got the stains out. These are just wrinkles in the sweatband itself, but it's pretty white sweatband now. And there was a little stain on the logo we also got out. Has a great shape to it as well, and this one will be for sale because I don't like the Cowboys. The next hat we did was the USA basketball hat, which turned out really well. No creases or anything. It's got a great shape. Smells really clean. It has no stains on the underbrim anymore. Overall, pretty sick hat with the USA logo on the back there as well by Pro Player. Will be a cool hat for the Olympics, even though the basketball team isn't playing because it's a Winter Olympics, but still a sick hat. I might sell it. I don't know. And the last hat that we did was the Toyota hat, which unfortunately actually, well, we were able to get the stains out, which was the main reason we were washing it, but we actually brought some of the color from the green underbrim onto the brim itself. I think you can see it a little bit right there, but some of that green bled onto the brim, so it's a little bit of a light green color, mostly on the edges there. But that's just, I didn't think that would happen. I don't think I've ever had under brim bleed, but I might have been using a little bit too warm of water. But it's not bad that this happened, because it kind of shows how careful you need to be when you're washing hats. Just a little bit too warm of water can lead to a big stain or bleeding on the hat, especially if it's a white hat. So it's a good example of why you need to be careful when you're washing your hats and why you should hand wash them opposed to tossing them in the washing machine or whatever. But yeah, so that's how the hats turned out. Hopefully my video helps you guys learn how to wash your own hats, how to give them a good shape. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it's been a long time since I've made one, but if you like the video, drop a like or subscribe. And if you want to see more content, comment what kind of videos you'd like to see, and I'll try to bring those to you guys. And maybe I'll try and make a YouTube video every month or something, if you guys are interested. But yeah, thanks guys.